You hear all the time, charting is the key and the window into the market. But is that actually the case? In this video, we're going to talk about the level 2 and give you the insight and the tips and tricks you need to master level 2 trading, guys. Let's jump right into things here and get started with level 2. I mean, it's where the market is. Anything you're seeing on a chart is obviously something that has happened in the past. We want to see what's happening right now. We want to see where the volume is. We want to see where the buyers and sellers are. And we do that with the level 2.
Exactly, Brennan. And the level 2, just to explain it away in basic terms, in the market, in any market, you have buyers and you have sellers. People will bid the amount that they're willing to pay for a given asset. We're talking stocks here, so that's what we're talking about. The bid, which on a level 2 I'm going to get into in detail, resides on the left side of your screen. This happens to be GE. I'm picking something that's not going to move too fast, so we can have a nice look at it here. You have all of the bids at each price level. This is $14.14. We'll get into some of the books that are down in here later. The next price level down is $14.13. I'm going to do this for you so you can see the depth, because level 2 is about all of the bids at each individual price level throughout the book. On the other side, we have all of the offers. So there's no transactions without a buyer and a seller. This is where people will post their intent to buy and sell and wait to be filled. So you get a 1 cent spread, 14.14 by 14.15 on your level 2. We have a depth of book. We have all of the individual gateways. I mean, I call them gateways because I'm old, that are available in the market. This is on the New York. We have things like EDGX, New York Book, NASDAQ, ARCA, BATS. It goes down the line. Each of these gateways has different fees associated with it. The key thing here is you get to see with level 2 where everyone's intent is to buy and sell. It changes in real time, sometimes because orders are placed and pulled, and other times because they are printed, and that's what you see in the time and sales, all the actual trades going off. So visual representation of the bid and the ask at all of the various levels of price, Sean. So there it is in a nutshell. What is a level 2?
Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely perfect. And you had a slow stock up there, and I'm actually going to show today a little bit of a faster one here on AMC. So no matter what you're looking at, this is part of the game, right? Brendan talked about painting a picture on the charts. Easy to see. I'm in here, I'm out there. The charts, it's going up. You know, these are all these indicators. But realistically, you can tell a hell of a lot from a level 2, like Neil was saying. And if you just zoom back down, what you're looking for is size. You can see on even just on this stock, and it's moving fast. So we're not going to give exact examples here. But on the offer, you just see a bunch of ones, right? Every single one of these indicated with 100 shares. So you see a 1, that's 100 shares. You see a 2, 200 shares, and so on. But you're looking for key levels here. And so, again, moving super fast. But as you can see, different sizes here will often give you, like, there's a big level at 67. And again, very, very hard to see. Maybe I should move to something slower. But I just wanted to show you how it trades and what it looks like on faster moving symbols. It's such a key element to understanding the market and what's happening, and how it just goes back and forth, back and forth. You want to be able to trade symbols that have this kind of movement, and you're going to develop a completely different strategy for what it looks like on a level 2 as opposed to what it looks like on a chart, as opposed to where your fills come from. So there's a lot different, a lot of things happening here on a level 2, and often you're looking for key levels with big size points, right? So I'm just going to call up randomly a stock here. Let's call up JP Morgan on the New York Stock Exchange. And here you go, 166. It flips really fast. And I'm going to go down to see, is there any size at 166 even? So you're looking for key levels. So I'm going to scroll this down, and look, there it is there. 166.01, you see an order of 103. You also see that same order at 35. So this stock could trade in between those ranges. These things very important. Like, I only see hundreds here. Hundreds, tens, something like that. Obviously, at key price levels, you're looking for key size, and you have a couple here. So that's the kind of stuff that you need to use level 2 for. It's a little bit of a deep dive there, but it's still very, very basic. If you slow things down, you're looking for size, and then you're looking for, the fierceness of the movement.
So if we think about it as what is yet to happen versus on a chart, we're looking at what has already happened. That gives us the clue that if we have some sort of catalyst behind the move in a stock, so if we're looking at JP Morgan, or if we're looking at Apple, or whatever you want to look at, and have maybe a news story or maybe earnings or whatever it may be driving the stock higher. Let's focus on how we can use this data then, guys, to maybe back up our thesis and say, okay, what does a strong level 2 look like and act like versus a weak one?
And one of the things that you would consider, of course, a strong level 2 might have lots of size on the bid and not much on the offer. Now, to be able to pick and choose that is going to be a bit of a difficult story. But what you're going to see is, and this would be almost a reverse example, I want to talk about Workhorse for 2 reasons here. Because real time, I want to get into what an iceberg is, and we'll talk about that in a second. But here you would have an example of, as you scroll down, you'll see a little bit more size on the offer than you would on the bid. Sometimes that can mean that a stock is headed to the downside. What I want you to also notice here is I have a time and sales up, and this is to illustrate a point. If you look at how rapid this time in sales is going here, and it's coinciding with actual movement in the stock, it's obvious that they're printing through these levels. It's transacting through these different price levels. If I were to call up Microsoft, on the other hand, a lot of times what will happen is you'll see the rapid movement on the level 2, even though it's very bursty, there's little prints going off, and then it'll slow down and stop, but it never really slows down level 2. So a lot of these quotes that you see bidding and asking can just be algorithms posting orders, pulling orders, whereas the prints on the tape are showing you actual transactions that go through. There's more price movement individually on this level 2 than you're actually going to see prints. So that's a key thing there. On a stock which has good momentum and you're going to want a short-term scalp trade, you want something that's moving like that Workhorse is. And then I'm going to give you a bonus here. This is not about charts on Workhorse, but this was gapping up this morning. And I simply want to highlight a couple of things here. If you look at these little levels where you have that resistance and then eventually, right here off of the open, we hang out at 14.25 for like 10, 15 minutes going into 9:30. And you say to yourself, what's significant about that? And why would I have gone long a few times? On the level 2, there was a significant order. You can see there's about 100 shares. Each of these represents a board lot, so 100, sometimes 200. There was about 150,000 shares in the pre-market on an offer that was just holding 14.25. When that eventually broke and was filled, you got that movement to the upside. So one thing you want to consider is what is the size on level 2 relative to the norm. This is in the middle of the day what liquidity looks like. In the pre-market, it's even less than that. So you can imagine the significance of a large order size. You don't even see 150,000 shares here now. You might see 2,000, you might see 5,000, something along those lines. You're not going to see a monster order very often. And it matters relative to the liquidity and size of bids and offers at that particular moment or around that particular time period for that stock.
Brendan, when does size on a level 2, or when does a level 2 really, not matter? And I think that we could keep going over and over, where it's key, where it's not key. Neil called up GE. I have Sirius Satellite Radio right now. And as you can see, this is when size doesn't matter. When it just every single level looks like this, right? But this is the key. So we're talking about looking at size. I don't really see anything significant here. I wouldn't base a trade. What I used to do to the traders that I would hire and train and bring them on board is just by looking at a level 2, you'd want to say, okay, which side would you rather be on, the long or the short? Do you think the stock is going up or going down? I look at this and I can't tell. Sure, we have a big NASDAQ here, but realistically into 16 million shares, this is not a huge number, 100,000. So, this is not big enough for me to really care about this size. But what we look at is, you can see here on the time and sales, and we'll do another video on time and sales, but right now the only things printing are midpoints, okay? So there's actually nothing coming off the level 2. And I think that's another key aspect. When you're looking here, you got to sort of play both together. And again, I know this is a level 2 video, but looking at both, you can see this size doesn't really matter because so many transactions are not even at these prices. You see 39.50s, 39.06s, like just random prices coming off, nothing coming off of 39.000 or 640.000. So that's going to be a problem. But if you want to get a fill and you're going to say, you know what, I want to take a long, I want to take a short, what you're looking for also with a level 2, and this is pretty important, when you have access to different gateways like we do, you can simply sit on the BATS exchange because there's a smaller lineup here. So the queue is smaller. There's only 123. And again, I know this is times 100, but 123 as opposed to sitting on an EdgeX fill, which is only right here, 154. So you're actually, 3,000 shares ahead if you sit on the bats. And you're going to look at this and try to figure out, hey, which exchange is actually printing? So that's where, reading a level 2 can definitely help you in the long run, is figuring out which gateway maybe is being transacted more than the other. And I think Siri gives us a good example of this. Although nothing's printing right now, you did want to see okay, our EdgeX is coming off, our BAT's coming off, so on and so forth. So that's something to look at. And I just want to talk about where level 2 really isn't that important with regards to size. And I think that's a good example.
It's a great example to talk about. One point, guys, we should get to before we wrap this up here. Let's actually talk about and walk viewers through here how we actually use a level 2 to execute a trade. And Sean, you had Siri up there, and that's maybe a good stock to use in this case, because we can actually see, if we want to be aggressive and we want to cross the spread and remove liquidity, maybe walk us through how you do that.
Okay, so basically all you're going to do here is I'm going to note, just from my own knowledge and understanding of fees and gateways and exchanges, that I'm just going to hit a button right now. And it's, I don't know if you guys can see this. Can you go full screen if you can, guys? Perfect. Oh, now you can't see it anymore. Hold on a second. I'm going to bring this up. But I'm going to use the Edge A key here, right? Because Edge A gives you a free, if not pays you, a rebate to execute on their gateway. So that's how I use a level 2 for. I look here, is there a gateway on here that is fee specific to paying me or charging a trader less? So here we go. The market's coming back down. So what you may want to do is look on here for a gateway that is a cheaper price to hit, right? So you say, oh, I'm going to want to hit this BAT Y there because I'm seeing there's 100 shares. Instead of going to BATs or something like that, that may cost you maybe $2 per thousand, $3 per thousand, something like that. You're going to want, and there it goes, the level 2 just switched again. You're going to want to find a gateway that provides a better fee structure to you. So that's a big advantage of having a level 2 and understanding fees and how you can trade that and manage that just by looking at your level 2 screen.
And a great example there of how to actually execute trades through a level 2 versus executing a trade just on a chart, as many retail platforms allow you to and even encourage you to. Seeing a level 2 and the data within a level 2 provides you access to the real market and what is yet to happen, as we said, versus what has already happened on the chart. There we go, guys. A look at the level 2. Let's go to Valeria.
Hey guys, thank you for this helpful information. Dear viewers, please subscribe to this channel to see more great videos.